Hey guys, it's Bia here, and today I am going to show you how to do monoprinting. This is really simple and it can actually help you to develop your work. So when you're doing your when you're playing around with different colors, different textures, different shapes that are inspired by whatever theme you're doing, it will be really useful to use monoprinting. Or you can just use monoprinting as like just your base. I mean, you could scan in your monoprint and you could take it from there. You could edit it on Photoshop. You can use it as some sort of background. But anyways, today I'm going to use jellyfish as my inspiration, as I'm actually working on a jellyfish inspired project. And I am going to use this one, and I'll use a more abstract picture. So maybe I'll choose this one or that one. I'll do this one first to show you. So the whole monoprinting is really simple. All you have to do is get monoprinting. It says it's block printing watercolor here, but I'm pretty sure it's just like you can call it lino printing ink or monoprinting ink. I will put a link down below where you can buy this. You can buy on Amazon, and yeah. That's it. You also need a roller. You need one of these. I only have one, but I will soon have to get another one because I want one that's also a bit smaller. So let me just cut this. Okay. So here we have our image, and we need a pen. So I would just use a biro like this one. I need to check if this is working. This is working. And I am going to cut up this paper the same size as this, so that I can still use this photo afterwards, because I want to glue it down without it being all drawn all over. So I'll just use this paper on top, so I can still see below it. So I have this and I have this. I have my pen. Now all you need is your ink. I have it here. I will use these two. Maybe I'll just start with the blue one to make it simple. Actually, I will do from dark blue to light blue. So what you do first is you get this. Actually, I'll do it like this. You put a little bit of it on the table. And then you need to put a bit of the other one. No, put it actually like this. I'll make it more interesting for us. You get your roller, and you're going to start rolling. You don't have to press really hard. You just do it really light. You do it lightly, and it's fine. You need to find that in between, not too light so you're not doing anything, but also not too hard where you're like doing this to the paint. You don't want to be doing that, because you don't want that to happen. You want to keep rolling it, and at some point you're gonna hear it starts sizzling. And I think mine is fine. So, first thing we always do is I actually need to cut up the paper again. We do the calcomania. This is something my teacher always taught me. So what this actually does is it takes the excess paint from the surface. So we're going to put it down like this. And we're just going to lightly touch it, so it just gets like the little extra pieces of of ink that we don't need, because we don't want it to be too much when we're doing our real monoprint. Now you can keep this, and what you can do is you can monoprint on top of this with a different color, and it's actually really nice for a background. If you can see, there's a lot of texture. There's a lot of texture on it. You can use that for something, I don't know, whichever one you want. Then what we do is we get another one, we cut it up. You should have this already ready before you do it, so that you don't run out of time or something, because you need to be quick or else it starts to dry. You put this down lightly, don't press on it. You put that the picture that you want to use, and then if you're just using this picture and you don't care about it, you can draw all over it. But I want to keep it for later, so I'm going to use this. Use the tracing paper so I can see over it. And what I'm going to do, I don't want to like cover too much of it. I don't want to press with my hand. Like, my hand is like barely touching it. I'm just holding the paper down. And then you draw, like, I'm just drawing over the lines. You can do whatever you want. Technically, you don't even need the picture. You can just freestyle it, everything. Actually, I could be doing this a bit better, but for the sake of the tutorial, it's fine. It's fine. And now I'm going to... Also, the harder you press on it, the more it'll show up on the other side. And I don't know if it's going to work well with this jellyfish. This is just a picture I had, and it was readily available. Because I don't have much ink on my printer, so I can't be printing out a lot of pictures. Yes. You can do whatever you want. You can do some mark making. Mark making works as well. You can do some bubbles. You can even like get the back of your pen and just do that, and it'll actually leave a bit of texture. Or if you want a place that's shaded, you can also like just do this. And whatever you press, it's going to be blue on the other side. So every color you have on the other side, you press here, it shows up on the other side. I've seen people doing like having like all the colors of the rainbow behind, and then they draw over it, and it's really, really nice. Okay, so we have our jellyfish. Now let's see how it turned up. You can also use your finger to just like, if you want this area to be a bit more darker, you can do that. So you have our jellyfish. Hopefully it worked, because I have so many layers of paper, I don't know if it worked. And here's your monoprint. This is the positive version, so this is the one that you drew. Hopefully yours will come out maybe a bit better. I had so many papers over the top of each other so this line could have been thinner if it was only like one layer of paper, because I would be more accurate, but because there was so many, it didn't really work. As you can see, what I did with the back of my pen came up here, my bubbles came up here, my shading came up here, so you can use that. And lastly, you can do a ghost print, which is the negative of your monoprint. You can sometimes it can actually be really useful. Sometimes I actually like my ghost prints more than I like my monoprints. And what you're going to do is you're going to put a lot of pressure. You're going to do this. You're going to do this over it. Like, really. Usually you can use a roller to do this, but I only have one and it's full of paint, so I can't really. Let me do that. Okay, and you can still draw over this. You can, I don't know, do some more bubbles. I don't know how much is it going to show up now that we have already pressed so hard on it. I mean, you can try just random circles, maybe a few more lines, I don't know, whatever. You can have that. Actually, it came out pretty nicely. I like this one more than I actually like the monoprint itself. I like the ghost print much more, as you can see. And then you can use this. You can layer it. You could have done a ghost print over the Calcomania, or you could have done a monoprint over the Calcomania. Whichever way you want, you can play with it. You can do what you desire. And now, on my project, I'll just use this, and I'll put it on my page, and I can draw all over it. You can... Oh, okay, so on my next video, I will show you what you can do after this. So how can you take this further? You can do some mixed media. I will show you. So if you have any more questions about the process, you can comment down below. I will put all of the materials I used in the description. I'll put a link to where you can buy them if you want to buy them. And yeah, I am actually going to do another monoprint just for another quick demo. I will put some white paint here. You can add on top of the paint you already had, but I would not recommend you do that, because after a while of doing that, you can actually, like, it actually starts coming off, and it's a bit dry, so it won't show up really nicely. Let me add, where's the red? I don't know if using the red's gonna make this look very good. You can use, look, you can even get gold colors. You can get gold, you can get silver, you can get all sorts of colors. I don't have many because when I bought these, I wanted them for a specific thing, and I didn't need every single color. But for example, I could, if I had pink, it would have been more useful, because jellyfish are like really purpley, and to get a nice pink color with just blue and red is actually quite difficult. Also, this is very important, what's happening right here. I haven't used them for a while, so the oil or whatever they have inside that mixes with the pigment has detached itself, if you could say. So what you need to do sometimes, you need to like roll your paint around, just do this, and just mix it, squish it a bit, just to like help it mix back together. So yeah, okay, maybe now it's better. Yeah, it's still a bit liquidy, but oh well, whatever, just for the sake of the video. I don't know how. And you can actually be really creative with this. Right now I'm just like layering colors over the top of each other, but I can add a bit more blue. You need to be careful not to add too much paint, because then when you try to monoprint, it just won't work. So there's like, if you're trying to add a lot of paints together to make like some sort of pattern or a gradient, try not to use too much paint, or it'll just be terrible. It'll be terrible. Trust me, I've done that. It's not good. Okay, I've got enough paint here. I don't want to keep wasting it. I will quickly cut this. Quickly. So for this project that I'm doing, I am not only being inspired by jellyfish, but I'm also being inspired by the sort of holographic chrome, the mix of colors, the movement in the water, just everything comes together, because jellyfish have this like purpley color, and so does this. This is probably like some oil leak actually. Now I need to get paper. need to be quick, or else I won't have enough time and the thing will dry. So I'll show you again. You get your paper, yeah, you take the decalcomania of the area. I should have cut it a bit bigger because now I'm going to have to get my nails dirty. See? And if you want to layer with these colors, you always have to let it dry, or else they just start mixing together when you're trying to do your monoprint, which is not good. Okay, I got this. I got my paper. I put it down. It's a bit wonky, but it doesn't matter. I get this. Put it down. I get my, where is it? My tracing paper. Okay. So I've actually cut it too big. Okay, so I am going to just draw over the random shapes, and just whatever I see, I'll draw them.
Just follow these lines. Just keep doing that. So as I said, you can layer this, you can do all sorts of like textures with it, and I'll keep on do this because if you see that, some people actually make really amazing monoprints. I've done really nice ones. If you see my video on, I think it was might have been video part 3 of my GCSE How to Get an A Star at Textiles, how I did it. If you watch that, there will be a part where you can actually see some monoprints I did. They're really nice. I used, first what I actually did, I did a collage of feathers that were printed out in black and white, so pictures of feathers of their various different birds. And then what happened was, I collaged them in a specific way that I just felt like looked the best. And I monoprinted over it. So I got that collage I did, and then I went to reprographics and I printed out like five different versions of that, like 5 different copies. And I actually haven't done much. I could have done a bit more. I could do a bit more. I'll just do some like, whatever. Doesn't really matter because this is not something that we should recognize either way, so, yeah, okay. So what I did is I used those pictures, and because they were photocopied, I could just draw over them however I liked. And then once some of them dried, like I layered different prints over each other, and so you can actually, this time it didn't actually come up that nicely. If you went with if you monoprinted on top of this with the yellow, and you did some different, like maybe you filled that area, it would be really nice. It'd look really good because they're what's the word? Is it complementary? Complementary colors? I think that's the name. Anyways, I will do ghost print once again. What you do? Lay your paper. You cut it. Yep. Cut that. Go here. Press really hard. Now it's actually really small, so I have to use all my strength to put it all in my fingers. My thumb. Okay. And ta-da!
I didn't press hard enough, but you can see that there's some texture. You can use that. It's really good. And that's it. That's how you do monoprinting. Once again, the link is in the description for all the materials I used, all the paper, all the inks and the rollers. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment below asking me whatever you want. And if there's any video that you want me to do, also comment down below. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more, and like the picture and share it with your friends if you feel they could learn a lot from this. So yeah, bye guys!